Hello and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and it's Sunday, so I'm here with Scrap-lift Crafternoon, where a group of my friends get together, find a layout that inspires us, just like this one by Lacey Lynn or Lacey Robinson. It's Lacey Lynn on Instagram. And so we create it and see how it turns out when all of us have the same inspiration. So I'm using this picture from a map from where we live in Kentucky to where my cousin lives in Texas. And my dad had highlighted it so we knew where we were going. And I had decided I wanted to use my Spectrum Sherbert by 49 and Market, which is something I don't use very often because I love it so much, and which is silly, guys. So that's the plan, that's the goal. I'm going to use it. But all the little frames and tags and things that are on this inspiration layout made me think of this collection because there are so many things. Obviously, I've got lots of ephemera for this collection, 3 different containers, and I have my Flare Hut flare that I have not opened for today, the 18th, and I don't know what's in there, so we'll see if it's going to work for me and work on my layout. So I've got my paper, my embellishments, my picture, my flare, and this awesome layout, so let's see how this goes. So first things first, I want to determine, I picked out that background paper because I thought that it would be the most fun to work with. I am going to do a little bit of media, but it's not anything extravagant. It has been a very exhausting 17 days of December for me, like most people, so I know I'm not alone. But, I'm barely making it by some days. So I did a yellow background and then I thought I'd pop it out with a little bit of a darker color. However, I am going to go in and switch that around later because I felt like that lighter colored picture needed a darker, bold first picture to make that definition. And then I picked out my Tim Holtz Distress Oxide, and I decided to go with something that I felt was a pretty good match to the teal aqua color that is in this collection. And so I went with the Uncharted Mariner, which is one of my favorite colors. I don't get to use it as often because most of my collections don't really have this bold aqua color in there, but I thought that it was a pretty close match, especially in its lighter form, to the aqua or teal color that they have in the collection. So what you can see a little bit of in that top right corner. So I just took my little dauber, which is a Tim Holtz Ranger dauber, and made it I did a little squish and twist, and I put more definition on some of them, especially the ones that had a lot of color behind them. And then I just kind of came over. And there was no rhyme or reason to where they ended up going over there towards the right side, like right in the middle. I wanted some to pop through there, but I didn't care if it was like a full amount. I knew that some of that was going to get completely covered. That'd be cute. Let's put that picture upside down and have the United States just be completely on its head. So, like I said, this picture is a picture of a map that my dad took of where we were starting in Kentucky and where we were ending in Texas, and he's highlighted it. You can kind of see it in this picture, like on camera, because it's not up close. In the up close pictures, you'll be able to see it where he's highlighted our route just in case, because my dad was driving in the vehicle in front of me and my kids and my aunt were in the car following behind. He is very good at leading. He even used his turn signals most of the time, which he does not normally do in life, which used to drive me bananas. So, but anyway, so I pulled out this cute tag. I wanted to go ahead and bring in the other colors, the pink, the orange, the yellow, because I am going to bring in some orange and yellow and a little bit of pink. There's pink in this picture from where it's on that map, so I'm okay with the pink. I don't, it's fine by me. I just was not focusing too much on it. I also did not bring in any extra of that almost like army green. So I am going to tell you, I go a little lot rogue because as you can see up in the top left corner, there is like hexagons that come down the page on top of the little circles as well as over to the right. And I am not bringing that kind of thing in. Part of that is just because it didn't seem to fit with what I wanted to do. And part of it is because I'm exhausted. And I've been up since 6 o'clock this morning. And I was on my feet quite a bit of the day, handing out gifts and welcoming families into our church for Christmas and getting things organized and ready for that. Me and quite a few other people, but it was a very, very exhausting day, and I took a big nap. And when I got up, I thought, oh, I got to do my scrap lift. So here I am. I think it's like 1:30 in the morning on Sunday. So there you go. That's my crazy life, and that's okay because I love it. And I'm just grateful that I still feel like I can create every day because that brings me joy, brings me happiness, makes me a much more mentally healthy person. So now while I was rambling on, I pulled all these different things out of the ephemera because I was trying to think of what I wanted. I knew that it was not going to look exactly like Lacey's. She has some really cool framing, some tags, all those kinds of things. And I kind of was just going with the idea of all the extra this and that's, the tags, the tickets, the frames, and things like that. I did want to kind of go and stick with the circular in a lot of ways because I've already got that circular media over there on the left. So that's why I used the circular frames, those orange ones. And then I wanted to bring in this little arrow right here, and that was circular as well, pointing towards Houston, or at least the general area of Houston. My cousin does not live right in Houston, but near there. I've got a couple of little scraps left in my kit from where I trimmed off these tag holes, or the top part of the tags from something before. And I'm all about saving things. I decided to pull this little word phrase out and put this on here because it was very fitting. I think it says, "My heart is so happy." And if you all are new to my channel or haven't watched many of my videos, my grandmother moved from Kentucky to Texas in June of 2017, and it was devastating for me and my family, but she was able to go live with my aunt and uncle and cousin in Texas, and that was really good for all of them. It was, it was a good thing, but I missed her a whole lot. And she moved in June on the 10th, and on July 21st, we all loaded up and drove down to Texas to see her and spend some time with her. And it was pure happiness. The joy and excitement, because I have gone a month and a half without seeing my grandmother because she used to go to California for, like a month or two when my cousin and my aunt and them lived there. And they used to be winter dwellers down in Florida. They'd go down there for a couple months in the cold weather. So, but, this was different. She was 93, and it was hard to think about, all that. So anyway, we were very happy. So here's a flare that I just opened from my day 18, and yay, one of them has like that same brushstroke pattern in it, just like my background paper, which I just think is meant to be. And I love, it's just like a whitish colored flare, but I like the whole having that circular pattern coming over, and I love to use the flare if I've got them. So there's that little gap right there between the two strips of rub-on that I put on there. I put that yellowy, orange yellow and a little hint of brownish colored rub-on right there. And this one will perfectly fit right here to cover that gap. And then I pull out some that I've already opened. So this is from day 2, and it's an orange that is a really close match to the orange in this collection. So I'm going to put that right here and cover up that tag a bit. And then from day 5, I have this yellow one that has a stripe on it, very similar to the stripe that is on the layout. And so I thought these were perfect matches. I have not been able to use the first handful of my advent calendar color or holiday because I've been so crazy busy. But now that I am on winter break at school, I'm hoping to get some Christmas things taken care of, like some presents that I'm creating, and I'm hoping to get to use all of my advent calendar. So now I wanted to use this little tag. It doesn't really fit down to the bottom where I wanted it, so I think I'm just going to tuck it in up here at the top, and I feel like that's going to work out okay. My layout definitely is not ending up like Lacey's, but I love it. I love that circular part over on the left. Like I said, she's got all those really cool bits and pieces that were distressed of the hexagons, and I think that that is really cool. I believe I will pull this out again later on and create something a little closer to her layout, but for now I am happy with this. I documented this. You can see the highlighted line where we were our travel and everything, and so I am excited to get this created. I hope you will go check out her Instagram account. I don't think she has a YouTube, but if she does, it will be linked below. And all the ladies who are participating with Scraplift Crafternoon will also be linked below. So please go check out their videos because I create with some of the most amazing people, and we are all so different, and I love that so much. So I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I hope to see you again real soon. Happy scrapping!